Accompanied by a delegation from Tooro Kingdom and Uganda Wildlife Authority officials, His Royal Majesty Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru IV visited Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. During the visit, the king explored the park's rich flora and fauna, spending an hour interacting directly with gorillas.
Domestic tourism is all about curiosity. You have to be curious with what you want to see in your own country or your own backyard. And for me, I've always been driven by curiosity to see what we have in our parks and other cultural tourism sites.
He condemned activities undermining conservation areas, labeling them as acts of greed, and called on Ugandans to embrace domestic conservation tourism to encounter ignorance around conservation.
As a human race, we are too greedy that we actually encroach on these parks, and that puts so much pressure on the wildlife that we actually don't know about. So we do it out of ignorance, and when we do things out of ignorance, then that means you have not learned anything at all. That you have not been educated upon what is in these parks, not just.
Uganda's national parks and wildlife reserves serve as critical wildlife corridors linking ecosystems and facilitating animal movements. However, these corridors facing challenges, King Oyo advocated for their restoration to strengthen tourism.
I call upon Ministry of Tourism and the entire government of Uganda to create these corridors, because in Queen Elizabeth National Park, formerly Kazinga National Park, that park stretches all the way from where it is to Virunga National Park in Rwanda. So that creates a biodiverse in plant species and animal species. Now, unfortunately, Bwindi does not have that anymore. But that is political, and it's up for the government to decide on that.
The Uganda Wildlife Authority Executive Director, Dr. James Musinguzi, reiterated a strong commitment to reviving park corridors to address encroachment issues.
But we are also going to create corridors. For example, Bwindi going down to Echuya, so that we can also have that frontier opened up for tourism. And through that, we are creating more tourism products and services. That means more revenue, more employment creation, and then we can support and work together as government to achieve the vision of government, transform Ugandans from a peasant community to an emancipated economics group where.
He also urged the public to embrace local tourism and prioritize conserving Uganda's natural resources for future generations. Brian Tumwine Byaruhanga, Sula Kagogobe, UBC News.